In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. MSA-PSG absolutely and unequivocally condemns the heinous crimes of the American police against George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and our other unnamed black brothers and sisters who face injustice every day. We demand justice for the victims of police violence, accountability for the police, an end to brutal police tactics, and an end to unfair and racist policing policies such as stop and frisk. An American police officer placing a knee on the neck of a black citizen and coldly pushing down until he is killed, with the victim pleading while the police officer is sitting on him unaffected, while several other police officers are watching and take no action to help the victim. This is not a new situation that has only recently come up. This is the very nature of the American system. Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei. In Karbala, when Imam Hussein alayhi salam faced Yazid's army on multiple accounts, he tried to awaken them of their deep slumber, but they did not awaken. At one point, he tells them that their ears are deaf to his calling because their stomachs are filled from illegitimate gains. For decades, we have witnessed the American elite's illegitimate gains at the expense of the oppressed masses, both within the states as well as abroad. The tyranny of their action has reached a point where it seems that they have become deaf to the pleas of their own people, let alone the pleas of others. As members of the Muslim community, we can only be part of the solution once we stop being part of the problem. If we close our eyes on the products of systematic oppression in this country, how can we recognize the illegitimate gains of this system? If we don't recognize our own privilege and how we benefit from this system, how can we separate ourselves from it? How can we save ourselves before we too join the ranks of those whose hearts are forever sealed out of convenient ignorance? We stand by our black brothers and sisters with the same strength and resilience that we stand for our Palestinian brothers and sisters, recognizing the shared roots of these oppressions. To anyone familiar with the training that American police officers receive from the Israeli Defense Forces, the qualified immunity and the utter lack of accountability for police, and to anyone familiar with the American Police Department's origins in slave patrols, these scenes are unfortunately nothing new. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there is no progress. Even if you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. Progress is healing the wound that the blow made, and they haven't even pulled the knife out, much less healed the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there. Martyr Malcolm X. The news that all 4 officers involved in the murder of George Floyd will be charged is certainly a welcome step in the right direction, but we must realize that the oppression of black people, the poor, and other people of color in this country, the violence and brutality against them, are deep systematic issues that will not be solved by simply putting these 4 officers on trial. Fundamental changes must occur in this society from the bottom up. We are all responsible for doing our part in bringing about this change. What can we do? First, educate yourself. Familiarize yourself with the oppression and racism that occurs on a daily basis in your community. Keep an eye out for our upcoming educational panel, which will cover systematic racism, racism within the Muslim community, as well as what's been happening on the ground. Second, educate others. Share what you have learned with your friends, neighbors, family, and community. Have the uncomfortable conversations that need to be had. Third, take action. Be conscious of where you spend your money. Support black businesses. Speak up when you witness oppression and racism, especially when it happens in your community and even in your masjid. Allahumma ajjal li waliyika al-faraj.